Sonic Temple Art and Music Festival. It's May 16th through the 19th at Crew Stadium in Columbus. Disturbed, the original Misfits, Pantera, Slipknot, Limp Bizkit, and hundreds more. Over 4 epic days. SonicTempleFestival.com. I got you general admission weekend stadium passes right here. Good luck. Call 10-216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
These days, you have a million ways to entertain yourself.
Are you not entertained?
This one just puts entertain in air quotes.
I am not entertained.
The Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7 WMMS.
Yeah, Disturbed is your Thursday night headliner for Sonic Temple. Limp Bizkit, Breaking Benjamin, Stained, Anthrax, Rise Against, Judas Priest, 311, Clutch. They're headlining one of the stages. Mr. Bungle, Cypress Hill, Machine Head. I'll have Machine Head tickets for you for this week, too. They are doing, I think, MGM Northfield Park.
Evanescence. Cody's favorite metal band.
And Mudvayne and POD and Falling in Reverse and Sleep Token. I'm most excited to see them.
I like a lot of bands on this lineup.
Yeah, Code Orange from Pittsburgh and Electric Callboy.
No.
And Avatar and Apocalyptica.
The ones
and
I like are Stained, Breaking Benjamin, A Day to Remember, Rise Against, Seether, like Sum 41. This got something for every Theory of a Dead Man.
You like, oh God, I've never heard anyone say they were excited to see Theory of a Dead Man.
Me?
You like that meat and potatoes.
Yes.
Lunkhead rock is what you like.
Chick rock, yeah.
Chick rock?
That's what I call it.
I don't call it chick rock.
No,
it's like mook rock.
Sure.
Butt rock.
Butt rock?
It's like the new generation of butt rock.
No, it's not new. This is from like the early 90s.
I know, but like the original generation of butt rock was more 80s style. Now this is the 2000s version of butt rock.
But anyway,
you have to age 20 years to be able to be butt rock.
It's a great lineup. Living Color, Bad Religion. Yeah,
Does
a lot
it
of good
show,
bands.
Okay, I see the lineup, but I don't see
Saliva
the
is
days.
on.
The things I do.
You got to suffer for your art.
Gotta wreck my headphones.
Really?
Can't help it. Well, they come flying off when I do it because
man, I know you
so hard.
throw your shoulder into it.
Wait a minute, though.
Yes.
Do they have the lineups announced? Like,
Yes.
who's the headlining? I can't find it anywhere. Like, who's headlining
Sonic
what day?
Temple. Disturbed is headlining Thursday. Misfits are Friday. Pantera is headlining Saturday. And Slipknot is headlining Sunday.
Where? I can't see.
You want to go to Sonic Temple, SonicTempleFestival.com. All right. That's where you'll get the exhaustive list.
So you're on that website.
Mm-hmm.
So when you
I see all the bands, but I don't
Says
see like a day-by-day
Thursday?
lineup.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Where do you see that? Oh,
It's
okay.
on the top.
I see it now. No, because I was on the lineup page, not the home page. All right, we're good. Everybody's good.
Are you all right?
We're fine.
You feeling okay?
Let me see what day I would
Have
go.
you figured it all out? Yeah, I can't be out there for 4 days, but so I have to be pretty surgical with who I want to see. And I really want to see Sleep Token. I had tickets to see them in Detroit a while back and had to sell them because something else came up.
I wish I could.
Those guys are amazing.
I wish I could pick and choose and make my own day.
Wouldn't that be great?
Wouldn't that be nice?
Everybody loves to do that. Dustin left a voicemail.
Uh-oh.
Maybe he wanted to give himself enough time to collect and order his thoughts because his has been an egregious absence in the almost week since we announced that Mary would be moving to New York. We hadn't heard from Dustin, and normally we hear
He's got
from
something to
him
say.
with the quickness. But he left me a 1 minute and 19-second long voicemail. Now, I haven't listened to it.
Okay, we'll do it together.
It's Dustin.
Watch it not even be about me, though.
I just think it's interesting how Cody doesn't upload a new podcast in so long.
I mean, I know you got to get the Inspirato and it doesn't always hit when you want it, but come on, man. Well, you got to leave the fans wanting more, right? That's what explains. So sometimes that translates to a 8-week hiatus.
Alan, it's Dustin down here in Georgia, man. I tell you, this mayor is just wearing me out.
All right, so it is about
It is
you.
about me, okay.
It is about you. I haven't pre-screened this.
Wearing him out.
You know, I wouldn't be true to myself if I didn't call in and at least voice my opinion. But we all know that Mayor wants to go.
I wouldn't be true to myself if I didn't weigh in on Mary's move. I love it.
You know how he is.
Yeah,
I know
that.
He's got to make it known.
That's why I'm so surprised that he's waited this long. I mean, the man is living a life. He's got other things
He's
to
got a
do.
baby.
But I know.
It's my opinion. But we all know that Mayor wants to go to New York. She's talked about it for many years, you know, which is great. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But why would she go and get involved in a relationship with a man who has a child? That I don't understand. And I also think it's kind of odd that, you know, it just so happens that, you know, her and Brian are taking a little hiatus or whatever. But yet now she's just going to go to New York.
Why does he care what the state of your relationship is?
Dustin cares about everything deeply. That's what I will give him credit. He genuinely cares about everybody on this show. He does. And he wants the
That
best.
can't possibly be true.
I think it is.
We don't know him.
But he does care. But they know
People think they know us because
Right.
we tell them things about our lives. But we don't know Dustin. He seems very nice. I mean, he's, you know, I have no beef with him.
Mm-hmm.
But what investment could he possibly have in the state of your relationship?
He's a truck driver, so he listens to the
is he?
show all the way through
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
every day, and it creates a bond with those people. So he feels like he knows us, and he feels like, you know, it's that parasocial relationship. So,
I mean, should we answer his questions as they come?
I mean, that doesn't seem like the best option. But, you know, I get it. She wants to follow her dreams, but, you know, it just seems a little odd to me, you know, and it's right here at Christmas. Like, Jesus, like, I feel bad for.
He's really stacking them up on top of each other.
Well, and I've been purposefully vague on what is going on with Brian and I because it's not just my business. And I'm not going to put it out there because it doesn't only deal with me. Much like he's describing, there's a web of people that this affects that is not just me. But I would
and
hope.
we are not among those people.
But I would also hope that people would trust.
nope.
No, no.
Hey, it's Dustin. I just think it's funny that a woman wants me to trust her.
Well, no, that like. I understand. And pretty much everything you've thought of, I've thought of. Every concern you have, Brian and I have or are currently talking through.
But I don't, also, to defend you, I don't think it's fair for them to only cast that on you. Like, you're not allowed to have a dream. Like, people break up all the time and there's kids involved. After you get over a certain age.
Nobody doesn't have kids that pass a certain age.
But what I'm saying is, that's what I'm saying. After a certain age, most of the men you talk to are going to have a kid or divorce. So therefore, you're not allowed to pursue your life without thinking of someone else's kids or someone else's ex-wives and all this stuff. Like, that's not fair.
Well,
No, you
and
can't do that.
I will say that overwhelmingly positive response. Obviously, people have been incredibly supportive and very like, you go girl. But there have been a handful of people who are very, very mad at me. Who are like, I can't believe
Why?
you would involve yourself in a child's life and then leave you want to call yourself a stepmom.
But
blah, blah.
nobody knows what's going to happen.
A,
no
no one
one
knows-
predicts the future.
No one knows what's going to happen. And two,
Kids
it's
are
like,
resilient.
not only are kids resilient, but I was going to say that like people who are married don't think about their kids. People who are like have kids of their own will up and leave and do terrible things. I'm not saying that I'm doing that same thing, but I just think it's crazy to think that I am some cold-hearted bitch.
It's not your
who's
kid.
Just like
The
not
bottom
even
line
that.
is, it's not your kid.
Not even that. To think that I'm
I know there's an emotional attachment, but it's
Yeah.
not your kid. You're not leaving your family.
What I'm saying is that, like, people like Dustin are the people who have sent me very, very mean messages, calling me this horrible, terrible person. And to me, the crazy part of it is that you think that I am just completely cold-heartedly, both middle fingers up to the world.
But
doing
what do
whatever
they
I want.
expect? What do they expect the response to their message to be?
Right.
I'd say there are a
You can
variety.
believe what you want.
There are a variety of hobbies to enjoy. Go find one of those.
I just don't understand what they expect her to do because
That's what I'm
because
saying.
she
What
has-
could possibly? Well, let me play the rest of Dustin's.
And it's like, Jesus. Like, I feel bad for Brian's little kid because she probably didn't know what in the hell's going on, you know? But they're not married, and that's not Mary's kid, so she can jump ship for any reason at any time. You know, I told
Yes, but that's true. I know he's trying to. He's criticizing you, but that's true.
But I'm also not jumping ship.
But these people that just think that you're supposed to be here because you've always lived here and this is where
People hate it when you leave, boy.
but they
People
were-
get
no,
so.
People are loving that she's leaving. Overwhelmingly positive
This
response.
is a small
This
percentage.
is a small percentage.
I mean-
of
But it
people.
is a contingency.
I don't mean you. I mean the royal you. And
Yeah.
like in the job we have, people always get pissed when you want to do something else.
because I was like tagged in that video that Mary posted. I've been seeing some of the comments
Aren't they
that come
crazy?
through, and I almost think I'm like, I know Mary does not have enough money to be buying bots. I know these are real people, and that's what's so frustrating because there was a comment that someone said, I can't believe. I find it ironic that, and this is not Dustin. This is some random person. Like, I find it ironic that Mary's leaving and moving to New York and trying to find an apartment right after her dad died, and we just donated all that money. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me?
Oh, that was 3 years
Like,
ago.
she's-
Right, I was gonna say
she's not-
right after he died.
She's not allowed to, even if she did, she's not allowed to take a vacation ever because people donated money out of the goodness of their hearts.
But also, the reason that you have to take those things with a grain of salt is that people hear what they want to hear, and they don't listen intently
But it's
all the
insane
time
that they
because
come to that conclusion.
they've got lives to lead, but they will still come to a conclusion based on their belief that they've heard everything. Right?
Well-
Your dad didn't just die.
My dad
but I
died
guarantee.
almost what'll be 3 years
He
ago.
died.
But I
next
guarantee you there are people who would leave a comment who think he just died.
Right.
But people are acting like
There
she
are
got,
still people hitting me up. You know, I've had people saying, like, enough with the Mary going to New York. I go, no, you don't understand. I'm still getting nonstop messages from people going, I didn't hear about this. What's happening? Because people come slowly to things.
Well,
Us saying something one time is not all it takes.
but people are thinking that she got like $500,000 and she like hit the lottery.
It's
I'm like, that money
20
is
grand. That money's been
long gone. And
It
she's,
costs like $8,000 to cremate him.
she's not allowed to
Dude,
be
we had to pay for
happy.
my dad's funeral, and it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It ain't cheap.
It's insane.
What makes me laugh is that when people do come to their own conclusions, and that's fine. You're going to come to your own conclusions, and you're entitled to, sure, whatever. But it just makes me laugh that I'm like, you haven't listened at all. If you claim to be a regular listener of this show, and you truly believe that I am some lunatic, narcissistic,
Some
crazy
Jezebel.
yes, that I'm just gonna leave everybody behind in the dust and screw that's an actual option for what's happening. That's to me like, okay, you don't even know who I am at all.
And comments are going to happen, but they don't require a conversation with the person.
Yeah.
Like, what do they expect you to say to
I
them?
commented there was a pretty heavily, there was a thread on the thing about like, what about Brian and his daughter? And I again, this is not just my business. And I know it might seem annoying to be keeping the one thing in my life everybody wants to hear about close to the chest because I am an open book. But when it does come to involving children and a whole nother family, just trust that everyone involved does have Blake's best interest in
And
mind.
it's not our business.
Right.
Mary and I have talked a little bit off the air about this, but not to the extent that listeners want you to talk about it.
Right.
Because it's not my business either.
Right.
And I work with Mary every day. I'm like, this is your story to tell. So for people commenting to go, how come X, Y, and Z? You couldn't be farther removed from somebody who's going to get a call or a text
It just
about
makes-
what's going on.
It almost has gotten to the point where it makes me laugh, where I'm like, you know what? Just, you're going to believe whatever you want to believe to begin with. But I can say wholeheartedly with everything in me, yes, the adults involved all have the child's best interest in mind. 100% we do. Like, I don't know. It's just
So
crazy.
she can jump ship for any reason at any time. You know, I told Mayor that the odds are stacked against her, both when in her relationship.
When did he tell you
He
this?
messaged me on Instagram to tell me how hard this was going to be. Like,
How
I didn't
does he know anything about...
Well, he was telling me your relationship's not in a good place. You shouldn't be moving across town. Distance is hard.
Oh, my God, Dustin,
Distance
buddy.
is hard to begin with.
You have your own children you should be focused on.
But he's
All
not.
of your
He's
energies
not
should
doing
be
this with
focused on
anger.
those
He's doing
children.
it
He's
with
not.
No,
Mary's
I
best
understand that.
interest in
I
mind.
understand. I'm just saying, nevertheless, it doesn't have to be angry
What makes me laugh?
to be misdirected.
What makes me laugh is that people think I haven't thought of these things. I know long distance is hard. I've done it before. I know Brian and I are not in the strongest part of our relationship right now. We both know that. And we both have taken necessary steps and are continuing to take steps to make sure that we can do everything we can to make this work because that's what we want. But people are like, and then there's people that just comment things like, you know, New York's expensive, right?
Yeah.
Or she has
What?
no idea.
What?
I know. She
It's
has,
more expensive than Cleveland.
that's exactly what I commented. Wait a minute. Like more than here? Or people will be like, oh, she's going to take her car. She has no idea what she's getting into. Like, I've been to New York so many times.
You're flying blind.
I
Yeah.
know what I'm getting into. Is it going to be hard? Absolutely. Is this probably going to be the hardest thing I've done? Probably, yeah.
Yeah, by the way, I thought everybody was pull up by your bootstraps and and find your thing.
Work
all,
harder.
All of a sudden, it's you have an uphill battle, so you shouldn't do it.
Is there still
That's
2 minutes
silly.
left to this video? Or this?
No, it's like 10
and in her
seconds.
career. I hope it works, but I'm like, if you were going to go to New York, why get in a relationship? I don't know.
Because
I hope
this.
it works out, Mayor.
Thank you.
You know, that's all I can say. Either way, see you, bye.
And yes, this decision came abruptly. I mean, without giving a ton of information. Yeah, this wasn't a plan 2 months ago. I didn't have this plan earlier this year. I didn't have this plan 8 weeks ago. Things happened, conversations were had, and this is the conclusion that was come to. But yes, I know it's expensive. Yes, I know long distance is hard. Yes, I know Brian and I aren't in the
Parking.
strongest place. Parking. I did forget about parking, so thank you guys for
Did you know
reminding
that
me
there's
about
more
parking.
rats than there are people in
I
New
did
York?
not know about the rats. So again, thank you for the comments.
You know,
about the
expensive
rats.
coffee and bagels are going to be there.
And yes, everybody cares about, loves, and has Blake's best interest in mind. And the fact that I have to say those things is insane to me. But
I didn't realize so many people had
it's not so many.
beat you up.
Well, there's like 400 or plus comments on the video of me announcing moving away. Again, overwhelmingly positive. And then I've gotten less than 10 mean DMs. Less than 10. And that video has like 70,000 views.
DMs,
So-
not even comments.
Oh, there's mean comments.
DMs. No, I'm saying I am saying they could have commented. They DM'd you.
Which almost feels nicer. Because they're going to talk smack about me. They're going to be like, oh, I won't air all this.
And
All
put
my
you on
thoughts.
blast. Yeah, but who are they?
They're not anybody.
That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, that's what I mean. Of, let's say 70,000 people watched it, 400 commented on it. Less than, it's like
That's a
8
fraction
people.
of, yeah, right.
And Dustin.
Huh.
So I get it. I understand. For Dustin, I do think it comes
Oh,
from
I
a
didn't know
place-
he had messaged you.
Yeah, he did.
Wait, so why did he call?
I don't know.
If he already talked to you, what was the point of the voicemail?
To.
He wanted,
I don't
yeah,
know.
the airing of grievances. It's the Festivus.
Festivus is over, isn't it?
I thought the Festivus was the 23rd.
Oh, it's not even here yet.
Yeah.
Oh, he's pre-festivizing there.
It's Chinooka now.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the second or third day of Chinooka.
I don't know
Uh-huh.
what Chinooka is.
He messaged me on Tuesday, I think.
It's Dustin.
Just telling me
His
how
sign-on is the best, though.
concerned he is and how the odds are stacked against you and this isn't great and I hope you're thinking of the right things.
Give up,
and
bitch, you gonna fail.
so he messaged me the day that we announced it, but it took an extra week to call, I guess. I don't know.
Hey, Margot, how you doing? Surprise, surprise. This is Smokey Robinson. I know you didn't expect to hear from me, but I was contacted by your sons, Jeff and Jared, and they wanted me to wish you happy Chinooka. I have no idea what Chinooka is, but happy Chinooka because they said so.
Yeah.
Happy Chinooka, everybody.
And it's the thought that counts, right?
Yeah.
And whatever he charges for Cameo. I got to take a break. Speaking of charging, the Cleveland Charge.
Hey.
They're going to be playing the Santa Cruz Warriors on January 6th at the Retro Cavs night. They have Retro Cavs t-shirts for people there. So if you want to go see some, what are they, G League? Is that what the charge is?
Yes.
G League basketball. I'll have those tickets for you on the way back.
The Alan Cox Show.
On our free iHeartRadio app and your favorite smart device. Just tell it to play the Alan Cox Show on iHeartRadio.
On Paramore, on Black Keys, 30 Seconds to Mars, on 1975, on Bush.